What's poppin', everyone? It's Danny here with the POP.1 podcast, and boy, oh boy, do I have something to share with you guys today. We have the top 8 breakdown from our very own POP.1's $1,000 cash tournament that we just had. We had 60 to 70 people show up. It was a great turnout. We had people who've won regionals, people who've topped multiple YCS, people who've topped nationals. We've had so many good players come out. It was incredibly stacked. I don't think I played against a single person in the whole tournament that I was like, this shouldn't be too bad. I played against people I was sweating against all day. It was awful, from my experience. But it was a great tournament. It was amazing. It was run by our team owner, Preston. He did an amazing job. He had support out there from the Panda's Paradise team, the Pandemonium team, the Action team. We had support from Nate, Big Nate the Great. We had support from WWE Butters. We had support from Q. We had support from Preston's wife, Lucy. It was insane. Not to mention Nagy. I can't even list all the people that we had out from. It was an amazing turnout. It was held in Ocean Springs, Mississippi. We had people show up from Florida, Mississippi, obviously, Louisiana, Alabama. All of those places show up to take place in this tournament. It was amazing. Couldn't have asked for a better tournament. It was 6 rounds of Swiss. We did a top 16 cut, and we're going to bring you top 8 because top 8's kind of where the pricing started to kick in. And without further ado, let's get right into it, okay? So the first thing we're looking at here, first place, Infernoble Knights. What? I have no idea what this deck does, guys, so I'm incredibly sorry that I'm not going to be able to explain anything, but we'll go ahead and get into it. We've got 3 Neo Space Connectors, 1 Neo-Spatian Aqua Dolphin, 3 Revolution Synchrons, 1 Immortal Phoenix Gearfried, 1 Fire Flint Lady, 2 Infernoble, I can't pronounce that, 2 Infernoble Ogier, 1 Infernoble Turpin, 1 Ricketeto, so we'll figure it out, Oliver. And then starting to get into some of the newer cards, we've got Museum. That card just came out. It's cracked. Heritage of the Chalice, cracked. Durandal, we've got 2 of them. We've got 1 Almas, 1 Phoenix Blade. God, this card is so old. It's crazy that this card resurges in the meta whenever a deck like this comes up. We've got Living Fossil, Infernoble Joyous, 3 Book of Moon, 3 Book of Eclipse. Everything is getting flipped face down. He was not worried about anything. 3 Dark Ruler No More, 1 Rhoda, 1 Called By, double Talents, and that's it for the main deck. Looks pretty solid. Again, I don't know a whole lot of the combos, but it looks like he is ready for a first and second. Something you're noticing here is there's no hand traps. So whenever he is going second, he's just letting you do your thing. He's going to hit you with the Dark Ruler No More or the Book of Eclipse, and then he's going to go off. Looking in the side deck, we've got Triple Thrust, 2 Herald, 1, that card, 3 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card is interesting. I am interested to know how this worked with the deck going forward. I know that the Noble Arms cards, they get you to your synchros. So he's probably just ending on a really strong board plus Anti-Spell. So I can understand that, I guess. 2 Evenly Matched, 1 Horn, 3 Droll. So we do have some side deck hand traps, just the 3 Droll, which is understandable. Droll hits a lot of the decks in the meta, so we've got 1 Baron, 1 Crystal Wing, 1 Power Tool, 3 Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles, 2 Angelica Princess of Noble Arms, 1 Infernoble Knight Captain Roland, 2 of the Emperor Charles the Great. This card is incredibly good. I believe it just came out. It's really solid. Of course, 2 Isoldes. It's got to be an Infernoble deck. Raten, the Heavenly General, 1 Ferocious Flame Swordsman, and then 1 King of the Noble Knights. This card is old, so it's kind of cool to get this in. So again, first place, we got Infernoble Knights. It went to Brett. Good job, Brent. Looking at our second place, we've got Trevor. This is actually who I lost to in top 16. So Trevor, I love you, but how dare you? We've got 3 Fenrir, 2 Unicorn, 1 Scareclaw, 3 Rise Hearts. This is pretty interesting. It helps the consistency of the deck, so that way he's able to see it more consistently. He's not always having to search it off Fenrir. It seems pretty solid. Of our 9 hand traps, we have 3 Ash Blossom, 3 D-Shifter. We have 3 Pressured Planet, got to keep the consistency up. 3 Theosis, 3 Birth, 3 Pot of Prosperity, 3 Book of Moons, 2 Lance, 2 Talents, an Enemy Controller, and a Terraforming. This deck is consistency of the deck for the most part. It's kind of insane. And then rounding out our 9 hand traps, we have the 3 in Perm and then the 1 Big Bang. So it's interesting to see the Big Bang. I know it's a part of the combo. I know that you banish it, you do your stuff, but it's just interesting to see. Side deck, we've got 2 Nibs, 2 Bells, 2 Eradicators, 2 Dimensional Barriers, and to pair all those 2 ofs off, we got the Trap Tricks. This card is incredibly cool. We've got the 2 Cross-Out Designator. We've got the Thrust, we've got the Herald, we've got the Storm, we've got the Harpy, so it's a cool little Thrust package. Something you're going to see recurring in this top 8 is a neat little Thrust package. Thrust makes pretty much all your cards a 2 of, and then especially you're going to be seeing cards like Terraforming, Theosis more, and Talents more, which is awesome. Getting in the next trick, we've got a Baron, 2 Zeus, 2 of the Mountain Smasher, 2 Big Eye, 2 Shangri-La, 1 of the Rise Heart, obviously, 1 Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation. This card is single-handedly what destroyed me, so sad days. 1 Donner, and then we've got the 3 of Pot of Prosperity package with the Amphitrite Goliath, the Elder Entity, and the Garura. That's rounding out the second place Cashier list. Again, congratulations, Trevor, on making it to the top 2. Then we've got Justin on Purely. He took the Purely list. He's actually a friend from Florida. He did incredibly well. I was watching some of his plays. It was interesting to kind of see how everything was going as he destroyed Michael Murphy, so good job on that one. We've got 3 Purely, 3 of the Pure Lily. We've got 3 of all the quick play spells that we can play, 1 of the Delicious because it's at 1, 3 My Friend Purely, obviously, and then 3 of the Field Spell. I know a lot of people are playing this at 2 of, so it's interesting to see at 3. Then we have a heavy package here of 3 Talents, 2 Pot of Prosperity, 3 Droll, 3 Ash, 2 Mourner, 3 Imperm. Goodness gracious, the hand traps. But that's why we want to play the hand traps so many in this deck. It's because we're drawing so many cards in the standby phase. And then obviously the 2 Leap now. Side deck, we're looking at 3 Nibiru because we're siding a bit Nib to make sure people respect us. 2 Bestial Magnuma, 1 of the Jerusalem, obviously, 2 Book of Moon, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Thrust. Here's another Thrust package. We've got Thrust, Harpies, Herald, Dark Ruler, and Dimensional Barrier. Interesting Thrust package. Essentially, he's saying that I'm going to see whatever card I need. Good luck to the rest of you people. We've got 2 Zeus, Downard, Slacker, 2 of the Noir, 1 of the Baby Noir, 1 of the Happiness, 2 of the Little Happiness, 2 Beauty, 1 Plump, obviously, 1 of the Azalea, and then 1 of the Anima. Azalea is an interesting card. We'll see here. I think we see it twice in total in the top 8. It's a really cool card. It does a whole lot. It's like a slightly better Donner, in my opinion, especially in these spell-heavy decks. And then, obviously, the Anima for people who slip up, put cards in the wrong columns, like I did against a good friend of mine, Devin, also team member, by summoning things in the Anima column because I am an idiot. Let's look at 4th place. 4th place is going to go over to Jordan on Sword Soul. It's kind of cool to see Sword Soul make it this far. I know a lot of people, it's a fan favorite deck. People love it so much, and it's just cool to sometimes get to see it push that limit. So we've got 3 Mo Yi, we've got 3 Long Youngs, 3 Ecclesias, 2 Thais, 3 Ashunas, 2 Vishuddhas, 2 Adharas, 1 of the Shatana, 2 of the Ringo Worm, the Dragon Guardian, the 100 Apples. This card is pretty cool. I've seen it in a few lists. It's just an additional extender. And then for our hand traps of choice, we have 3 Droll, 3 Ash. Not a whole lot of hand traps. I know traditionally sometimes Sword Soul plays a lot, but we've got some other things in here. We've got 3 Emergence, 1 Cycle, 1 Heavenly Dragon Circle, 2 Desires, obviously, always going to see it. We've got 2 Talents, love that card. I know it's incredibly good with this version of the deck, so that's cool to see. We've got 2 Book of Moon, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Blackout, and then 1 9 Pillars of the Yang Xing. So interesting to see this card again. Side deck, we've got 3 Nibiru, everyone's siding Nibiru, good lord. 2 Gamsail. I like it. 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, and then we've got Gravity Collapse. What a cool card. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance and 2 Rivalry because everything is a worm, and we're going to tell everyone to go screw themselves. Looking in the side deck, we've got a Baron de Flor, a Qingying, Berserker of the Tenyi, 2 Shizhao, 2 Xiao Fangs, 1 Baxia, 1 Yazi, 1 Dinglong, 1 Stardust Charge Warrior, 1 Shaman, and then obviously 3 of the Monk. And that rounds out Jordan's 4th place deck with Sword Soul. Looking pretty solid so far. The rest of these are just labeled as top 8 because top 8 obviously didn't have to play it out. But we're going to look into Joseph Gray's top 8 deck profile. And we're looking at Purely again. a little bit different of a take on the Purely deck than we just saw. We've got 2 Purely, 2 Pure Lily, 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash Blossom. Interesting to see. This is obviously not what we just saw in Justin's. So it's cool to see that there's 2 same deck. They're the same deck, right? But they're 2 good different takes on it. Obviously, we have all of the quick plays that we can possibly play, plus the 1 of Delicious because it's a 1. 3 My Friend Purely. Here's where we're looking at the 2 Streets. And then we're looking at 3 Pot of Prosperity, 3 Book of Eclipse, 3 Book of Moon, and then 3 Infinite Impermanence rounding that out with the purely rounding us to a solid 40 cards. Deck looks super solid, looks super consistent. It does exactly what it wants to do. It's not bad going second, obviously. We have so many cards that help us in the going second, and then obviously pretty much everything in this deck can go. There's not a card in this deck that cannot go first as well, and that's what I like about this personally. There's not any potential dead cards, and that is super cool. Side deck, we've got 3 Cosmic Cyclone, 3 Cross-Eyed Designator. Okay, Joseph, I see you. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Dimensional Barrier, 3 Drone Logbird, 3 Bell. This main and side list is chef's kiss to what I would think of. There's just so many 3-ofs and consistent cards. I like it a whole lot. No hate on you, Justin. I love your deck too, but I love how this deck it does pretty much everything you wanted to do. Looking into the extra's pretty similar. We've got the Double Zeus, Downer, Slacker, Double Noir, Baby Noir. We have no Big Beauty this time. Instead of the Big Beauty, we're looking at the Prince Sprite, or the Big Happiness. We're looking at the Prince Sprite. 2 Beauty, 2 Happiness, 1 Plump, obviously, the Prince Sprite, the Azalea, and then the Anima rounding Joseph Gray's top 8 deck profile off. Let's go ahead and get into Nicholas's top 8. And we're looking at good old D-Link. All right, let's get into this. So Bestial, we've got 3 of the Lubellion, 3 Magnamut, 2 Sarniers, 1 Druid Swarm, 3 of the Star Liege, Seraphint, 2 Black Metal Dragon, 1 Chaos Levineer, 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, 1 of the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, 1 of the White Dragon Wyvern Burster. We've got the Rocket Tracers, we've got the Recharger, we've got the Caliber, and the Apsa Router Dragon. That's a lot of dragons, man. I love this deck so much because it plays dragons. I just don't have the brain cells to play it, unfortunately. And then looking into the hand traps, we've got 3 Drone Logbirds, 2 Nibiru's, and then 1 Ash Blossom. Interesting. Kind of like it, though. We've got 3 Quick Launch, obviously, 3 Chaos Space, 2 Book of Eclipse, 1 Dragon Ravine, 1 Branded Regain, 1 Boot Sector Lance, and 1 Talents. And then we've got the 3 Emperor. So it looks like we're playing a solid 9 hand traps is kind of where he wanted to land, and I respect that. I don't know a whole lot about this deck, so I can't speak to a lot of the ratios, but it looks solid to me. Looking into this side deck, we've got the Pankratops, Double Ogre, 2 Cosmic, Book of Eclipse to round that out to the 3rd. Then we've got the huge Thrust package. We've got 2 Thrusts, 1 Dark Ruler, 1 No More, 1 Harpy's Duster, 1 Herald of the Abyss, 1 Dark Ruler No More, Double Eradicator, and then a D-Barrier. This is a pretty solid side deck. I like it a lot. It's incredibly flexible. And then in the extra, we've got 1 Heraldic Dragon, King of Atum, 1 Baron de Fleur, 1 Bestial Dispatter, 1 Chaos Angel, 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Borreload, Savage Dragon, Boral End Dragon, Access Code Talker, Unicorn, Triple Burst Dragon. We've got the Dragoonity card. We've got the seal. You have to run that seal. This card is crazy. I love watching some of these decks play. They do like a full combo, set their hand up, and then they end on 1 seal. And it's just interesting to see. We've got the 1 Dark, we've got the 1 Striker Dragon, then we've got the 1 Guard Dragon Pistine. Then that rounds out Nicholas's top 8 D-League. Deck looking pretty solid. Now we're going to get into some team members deck profile. We have 2 of the POP.1 team make top 8. We had Alex and Grim. So we're going to look at Alex's deck profile first because Alex is near and dear to my heart, and Grim's makes me visibly angry because of how good it is. And then Alex, we had him on Vanquished Soul. Alex, I'm so proud of you, dog. You did amazing. I love the deck profile. So we've got 3 Borger, 3 Mad Loves, 3 Raisins. You got to. 2 Caesars, 1 Panthera, and the 1 Pluton. A lot of people argue that Pluton is bad. It is. That card is actually blank. The only thing that matters is its name is Vanquish Soul, and it's a 5. That's the only reason that card's in the deck. 2 Fenrir, 1 Ricehard, triple Droll and Logbird, triple Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Mourner, Moonlit Chill. Interesting to see. We've got 1 Magnamut and 1 Jerusalem. I like this. We have a lot of Darks already in the deck, and Dark is not one of the ones you super want, so just having those kind of helps round it out. We've got the Mad Flame Kaiju and the Divine Carnet. We have 3 Stake Your Soul, 3 Small World, 2 Durandal, 1 Dust Devil, 1 Continue, 1 Talents, 1 Duster, and 1 Rhoda. I know this looks interesting, and I'll let Alex tell y'all more when he does his deck profile. Make sure to look for that on the channel. But this deck mathematically makes a whole lot of sense, and what you're noticing is there's no prosperities, and I'll let him tell you why when you guys go check out that deck profile. Okay, looking in the side deck, we've got the 2nd Kurikara, we've got the 3rd Magnamut, the triple Dark Ruler No More, the Lightning Storm, the triple Evenly Matched, the triple Eradicator Epic Demon Virus, and the triple There Can Be Only One. What's amazing about this sideboard is the fact that there's about equal number going first and going second cards. Obviously there are more going second cards because that's going to that you need to be able to break boards a little bit more consistently going second. But these cards going first they're just really good. Looking into the extra deck, we've got the one Barone, we've got the double Zeus, we've got the small Zodiac Zeus package, we've got the Rise Heart, we've got the Big Eye, we've got the Boguska, we've got the Exiton Knight, we've got the Dark, we've got the Nightmare Phoenix, the Cerberus, and then of course the triple Rock of the Vanquisher. Again, Alex, congratulations. You did amazing. It was a pleasure helping you with this deck and getting it fine-tuned exactly where you needed it to be, and you piloted it so well. And ladies and gentlemen, I saved the best for last in my personal opinion. We have Anthony Wynn's deck profile. First thing I want to say is, Anthony, how dare you make me type in 60 cards into this? This was so annoying. For the record, I have no idea what this deck does, guys. So I'm sorry I can't really explain a whole lot. But without further ado, let's get into it. 3 Revolution Synchron. This card just came out and it's kind of cracked if you didn't know. We've got 2 Jet Synchron, 2 Assault Synchrons, 2 Stardust Synchrons, 1 Will Synchron, 1 Stardust Trio, and then that moves us away from the Synchro package. We've got 3 Fenrirs, 3 Reborn Tengus. Reborn Tengu? Okay, whatever, Grim, I see you. We've got 1 Magician Soul, 1 Illusion of Chaos, triple Water Enchantress, because we're playing the stupid rights package, because why not? We've got room, we're playing 60 cards. We've got the Wandering Griffin, the Illegal Knight, the triple Fateful Adventure, the triple Rite of Amorcer, and of course the Draco bag. And we've also got the Ancient and the Ascended Dragon. What a cool little hand trap. We've got triple Tuning, triple Synchro Overtake, triple On Your Mark, Get Set, Duel, triple Book of Moon. Now we're moving into, not so many triples. We've got Talents, 2 of, we've got 2 Droplets, 1 Stardust Elimination, 1 Synchron War, 1 Foolish, 1 Called By, 1 Duster, 3 Imperm, and then a Manadium Reframing. And you guys might be wondering, why is a Manadium card in here? Because it's an Omni Negate when you have a Synchros. What a cracked card. What a cool looking list. And when we're running 60 cards, we can run 3 of every card we want to see, and we probably will never see multiples. And that's what's so sexy about this main deck. Let's look into the extra. I don't have the side deck here because Grim wants to be super about it. But we've got the Crimson Dragon, the Bestial Dispatter. We've got Barone de Flor, Psyframe Lord Omega, Excel Stardust, Stardust Dragon. Never thought I'd see this card again in play. Visa Samurai, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Stardust Charge Warrior, Excel Synchron, Jet Warrior, Junk Speeder, TG, Hyper Librarian, and to round us off, we got the Formula Synchron. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been Grim's top 8 Synchros deck profile, or like the little deck breakdown. It was incredibly cool to watch him pilot this deck. I watched him do so many things with it that I just didn't think were possible with a deck like this. One day I need him to teach me the lines, but I'm not smart enough to learn them. And ladies and gentlemen, that has been POP.1's top 8 deck breakdown of our part 3 1K that we did. It was amazing. Again, shout outs to Preston for holding it and getting it all together. It was insane. I think one person I forgot to shout out was Brian Ty for coming and vending the food. He owns a donut place over in Gulfport. I believe it's Mississippi Donuts. It is amazing. The coffee, I got the coffee personally. Coffee was great. It was so good. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and keep an eye out on the channel for some of these deck profiles coming, okay? Thank you so much.